Welcome to our in-depth discussion of XRP and Ripple today, as well as the exciting new developments that will soon take place. As everyone who follows the cryptocurrency sector knows, Ripple and its XRP token have been in the news for years. They have been fighting regulators, forming strategic alliances, and laying the groundwork for a platform that many think has the potential to completely transform cross-border payments. Everything you need to know about the June 16th event, the alleged trade blackout, institutional actions, price objectives, and the reasons why analysts are forecasting some of the largest market movements in cryptocurrency history is covered in this post. Let's begin with the main topic of the rumors, which is the blackout on June 16th. According to reports, there has been a concerted halt in XRP trading on several significant exchanges, including Coinbase, Kraken, and Binance US. Why? To get the market ready for a massive price spike that might rock the cryptocurrency world as a whole. Even though this may seem like pure speculation, it becomes evident that a significant event is under progress when you examine the on-chain data, market trends, and historical antecedents. Exchanges sometimes suspend trade in order to adjust liquidity, control risk, or comply with legal obligations. However, the scope and timing of this purported blackout imply that it goes much beyond simple upkeep. Right now, a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt is in the air. Regulatory crackdowns, SEC actions, and delisting headlines have previously frightened many investors into panic selling. However, history demonstrates that XRP has demonstrated exceptional durability and even more robust recoveries following similar occurrences. Consider the case brought by the SEC. The price of XRP crashed, exchanges stopped trading, and the community was in disarray when the SEC initially filed its case against Ripple Labs. However, XRP recovered and soared, surpassing several other altcoins, following months of uncertainty and calculated legal victory. That pattern is reflected in the current circumstance. A strong market move comes after the initial FUD and institutional accumulation. The final 72 hours leading up to the alleged blackout are critical in terms of institutional accumulation. Institutions don't mindlessly enter marketplaces. They position themselves, they are ready, and they silently gather. Whales transferring substantial amounts of XRP into private wallets, drying up liquidity pools, and on-chain analytics pointing to a move from exchange wallets to cold storage are all examples of this activity. One of the most powerful price drivers in any market is a supply squeeze, which is what this indicates is about to happen. Waiting too long puts retail investors at risk of losing out on the chance to purchase before the price spikes. Why then would institutional players be so keen on XRP at this time? It all boils down to the regulatory environment and how the courts develop. A significant obstacle to institutional adoption was eliminated by the historic decision that XRP is not a security when it is sold on secondary markets. Spot XRP ETFs are apparently being investigated by BlackRock, Fidelity, and other significant asset managers. This would enable them to provide XRP exposure in conventional financial products without the inconveniences associated with cryptocurrency wallets or exchanges. Trillions of dollars in capital would pour into XRP as a result of the arrival of these financial behemoths. What may the price of XRP be after the blackout then? In order to represent cautious institutional entry and regulatory clarity, conservative analysts propose a baseline objective of $8 per XRP. This would already indicate that XRP is firmly back on the map as a top-tier cryptocurrency asset and represent a huge increase over current pricing. However, there is also the optimistic scenario, also known as the nuke option, in which XRP may rise to $50 or more. This would necessitate not just the licensing of ETFs, but also the adoption of RippleNet by large banks for cross-border transactions, the growth of international alliances, and widespread retail adoption that would propel XRP's daily use as a payment token. Under such circumstances, the market capitalization of XRP might equal or exceed that of Ethereum, and it might even pose a threat to Bitcoin's hegemony in the cryptocurrency space. Let's also discuss the technical indicators that back up this optimistic view. A golden cross, a traditional bullish signal in which the short-term moving average crosses over the long-term moving average, was recently visible on the chart of XRP. Some of XRP's most notable rallies in the past, such as the 2017 bull run, in which XRP rose by more than 36,000%, have been foreshadowed by this pattern. Although historical performance does not ensure future outcomes, technical analysis and fundamental changes together present a strong argument for a significant price increase. Adoption is a major motivator in addition to market and legal considerations. Ripple has been discreetly but slowly establishing alliances with payment networks and financial institutions. The recent announcement that Coinbase and Visa have enabled debit cards, enabling direct XRP spending at millions of retailers throughout the globe, is revolutionary. Imagine using XRP to pay for regular expenses in the same way that you would with a Visa card. No delays, no conversions. This usefulness may create genuine demand for XRP, raising its market value and velocity. An interesting image is also painted by whale behavior. Whales, or large holders, control a sizable amount of the supply of XRPs in circulation and have the power to significantly affect price fluctuations. Ripple has signaled strategic posture by moving hundreds of millions of XRP between escrow accounts and wallets. Large price moves are frequently preceded by whales discreetly accumulating tokens and then beginning to move them to exchanges or trading desks. In addition to causing volatility, this struggle between whales and regular investors prepares the market for huge rallies when the tide turns. It's critical to maintain perspective and realism as we anticipate June 16th and beyond. Despite the massive potential returns, there are still hazards associated with the infamously volatile cryptocurrency market. Market mood, technology advancements, and regulatory choices can all shift quickly. Nevertheless, XRP is currently one of the most intriguing assets in the cryptocurrency market due to the combination of positive court decisions, institutional interest, technical signals, and expanding acceptance. Being prepared is crucial for anyone interested in or invested in XRP. Carefully consider your points of entry, control risk, and keep yourself updated with trustworthy sources. Diversifying your holdings and being prepared to take swift action when possibilities present themselves are also crucial. Unprecedented market activity may occur in the next weeks, and those who position themselves well stand to gain a great deal. In conclusion, the tale of XRP is essentially one of tenacity, inventiveness, and, well, perhaps salvation. XRP is genuinely on the verge of revolution, having gone from being written off as merely an altcoin to now being a strong candidate for the core of the international payment system. For XRP holders and the broader cryptocurrency world, the predicted June 16th shutdown and the potential pump that could follow could be a historic event. Thus, pay attention. Keep an eye out and prepare yourself for what may be the most thrilling chapter to date. Please feel free to hit like, subscribe, and of course, leave your views and price predictions in the comments section below if you think this video was helpful. How do you feel about the event on June 16th? Are you feeling cautious or bullish? What do you think the potential price of XRP is? Let's continue the discussion and support one another at this incredibly exciting period in the history of cryptocurrency. I appreciate you viewing, and I hope to see you at the next in-depth discussion. Disclaimer: this movie is solely meant to be informative and instructional. It isn't financial guidance. Before making any investing decisions, please conduct your own research and speak with a financial advisor.